Okay, what is up, everybody? Sorry I've been MIA for a while. Life happens, got a bunch of stuff going on. But I'm back with another build. I'm pretty sure y'all probably seen it before. This is a build for the fixing wave. So you pretty much activate your cold snap, then you activate fixing wave, which in turn, the way this build is set up, it'll reactivate the cold snap. And once you hit cold snap again, uh what'll happen is with Ice Baby, you'll be inflicting an extra 928,000 damage, or more depending on your build, how you got it set up. This is a very suboptimal build anyway. It's very, very much not complete, but it works. But you'll be doing extra damage with that, and that's pretty much how you use it in a nutshell. But let me just show y'all the skill tree first before I go to that. So of course you guys will have these three things. The blighted rounds is also to spread toxic and to still just pretty much do a lot of damage. But here is the tech tree. I pretty much went straight down the middle. And I'm focusing more on the ice aspect of it, since for this build that I'm using, the cold snap is going to be doing a lot of the damage. Y'all can play around with the toxic side of things. I'll play with it again later. I don't know, it may be stronger, who knows. But I went down the middle of the tree, and then I went down here to grab, some more anomaly power and some resistance pierce. So yeah, that's enough to say about that part. The Pax tree, this is where the bread and butter is. This is where everything is most important. So you go down to the bottom tree. So of course you get the weapon leech or skill leech, which is going to help you survive. You got this overdrive, which is not really too important. Don't really worry too much about this. Just make sure you got it set up how I am, because the skill leech is important and it boosts your anomaly power too as well for that amount. 32 is not bad, but this is not the reason why we're going to the bottom tree. We want this right here, hastened influence. So what this is going to do is this is going to make our cooldowns extremely fast, which is going to pretty much power the build, and is going to pretty much give us the ability to add clear like really, really fast. On top of that, burrowing charge helps as well for the elites. This is not necessarily a bossing build for the trials. It'll handle everything else pretty good, but the trials, the bigger bosses are a lot harder with this setup. So my advice to you is, when you get to those bosses, switch to one of my other builds, like the minigun rocket build or the 3 turret build to fight that boss, and you'll have no problems. Of course this is extra as well, but the ascension tree, you pretty much, I maxed all of these out. These are all very important. So as y'all know, at the end of the day, anomaly power and anomaly damage is the most important. Then status after that, and then you can go skill leech for survivability. But resistant pierce is great too. I never really care about this tree or this tree. Prowess, most important thing is damage against elites. Then after that, you can toy around with both of these. I haven't noticed any extra time being saved while using this. I think once you reach a certain maximum time, like 8 seconds here, 26 seconds here, 7 seconds here, I haven't seen that number change pretty much at all while using the cooldown reduction in prowess. So technically I was still seeing if it was going to benefit something, I don't know, but I mainly would go into critical chance, just because critical shots with how I got this build set up is important. So if you don't hit crit shots and you hit the body, this gives it a chance to still be a crit. But enough of that. Let's go to the actual build. So as far as the guns, like I have this right here set up with Claymore, Turret, Fortress, and Mage's Rage. I don't really use it as much because the way my build is, it activates, I get more power with the bleeds. Y'all will see. So I mainly use this. It got Omen to proc the bleeds and, weaken the enemy. Then I got Resistance Breaker, which makes them, they lose 35% of their resistances. And then, of course, Mage's Rage. It has Armor Pierce, Skill Leech, and status power, which is really good. This one has crit damage, status, and skill leech. So that's good as well. But like I said, the main thing would be just using this, the charge lance or the charge lance. But for the helmet, we're gonna rock. Well, we're rocking 4 pieces of the Flame Leper. So you got Flame Leper helmet, Flame Leper robe, Flame Leper waistcloth, and Flame Leper boots. So, and it's all transmogged, of course. But on the helmet, you have anomaly power cooldown status, chest anomaly cooldown status, pants anomaly cooldown status, gloves anomaly cooldown status. Y'all see the pattern here. And then for the pants, for the boots, you don't really gotta worry about nothing. I said boots. I might have said boots here, but I mean gloves. Anyway, I don't know if I messed up or not. My brain ain't really working too well. It's still morning time. Good morning. But yeah, for the boots, you don't necessarily need to finish that pattern. Like, I use the boots because of bad medicine, which is really important. But anyway, the perks are Alchemical Mastery, which the blighted rounds are active and it gives you weapon damage or anomaly power based on whichever is stronger, equal to 15% of your status. That's why status power is very, very important. And I can show y'all that as well. My status power is 203%. So 15% of that is going to be a pretty decent number. But anyway, after that, you got To the Bone, which is another important one. When you activate your blighted rounds, it increases your anomaly power. If y'all notice, the goal is to get as much anomaly power as you can. And then you have Tainted Blood, which is what I rolled with. I would prefer to roll with something better, but that's why I choose to use Omen, because it procs bleed, and it also makes them weaker. So, you know, depending on how I got it set up, you know, these things could change. But like I said, this is suboptimal. It's very, very, very good for everything but the trial bosses. One of the bosses it can do pretty well, but the 2 stronger bosses, you have to switch to one of my other builds. For the chest piece, we got Party Starter, which increases the strength of your healing by 8%, and was for each enemy within the area up to 100%. And what this does is, with how we got this set up, anytime you do overheal, it'll actually go into I think anomaly power. I think that's the way it works. I forgot. Don't shoot me. Don't mess. You know, leave me alone. It works though. Party Starter is important. Just believe me on that, y'all. Believe me. And then just having the extra health is really, really good, because again, sustain and health in this build is very important. You got Ice Baby, which is really important to proc that extra damage when you freeze them twice. That's the whole goal. You freeze them once with Cold Snap. That doesn't activate Ice Baby unless they were already frozen by something else. But, well, no, not even that. But the way it works is you have to freeze them once and then freeze them a second time for Ice Baby. But since the cooldowns are going to be so fast, that's not going to be a problem. After that, I got lucky roll with Captain Hunter. Increases damage to elites by 16%. Always good. Even though now that I think about it, well, yeah, that's good. Never mind. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. With the pants, I got Brilliant Compound, which y'all already know. Some of these things like come with this set, you know, but I'm just gonna read it out anyway. But Brilliant Compound, or Brilliant Compound, I don't know if I said it right. Again, leave me alone. My brain ain't working all the way that good, but I still love y'all. Anyway, yeah, deals 10% more damage to elites affected by toxic or blight fire. Affected elites explode when healed, dealing a lot of damage, well, decent damage, and spreading that around to the enemies within 5-meter radius. Very helpful. License to heal. This is very good too. You can also swap this with Quartermaster if you want to, because technically Quartermaster will refresh your blighted rounds back to full a lot more often. But I'm sticking with this one because this one gives you a bonus fire rate. Firepower, which is weapon damage, and you're going to be using your weapons with blighted rounds. So you just got to keep in mind that you'll get 4 seconds of infinite ammo. So while you're doing this, keep in mind, listen for that sound when it deactivates, because the way this works, License to Heal or whatever it is, there's a sound that happens when it deactivates. Then after that, you just refresh it, or just think every 4 seconds, refresh this and shoot. A lot of the times I can look down and see my ammo going down, so I'll just hit this License to Kill again, and then I got 4 seconds of infinite ammo again. So technically, if you work this right and you play with it enough to get that timing right, you shouldn't worry about ammo. And you shouldn't worry about your blighted rounds going down. If so, just rock Quartermaster and that problem would be solved. I did get unlucky and I got Super Collider. I don't use this at all. I don't go behind fire walls, so I never even seen it activate before. That's just wasted space. For the gloves, you got Long Winter. Very, very important because it gives you the ability to reach more enemies for that snapshot, that cold snap. And what you want to do, you want this because you want to freeze as many things as possible. When you activate that second one, they explode, because of Icicle Storm. So that's a perfect combo with that. And y'all know Icicle Storm, when the enemy dies, they explode doing damage. That sets off a chain reaction of explosions, causing all the enemies to just die. And that's great. Then after that, you got Radical Therapy to do 8% more damage to poisoned enemies, which you're going to be spreading poison with everything you do with the Fixing Wave and the Cold Snap. After that, finally, we got the boots. We got Bad Medicine. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. The Overheal, Bad Medicine, and where is it? Party Starter go hand in hand. That's where it is. So the way that works is any overhealed player inflicts toxic and deals damage to for every percent of overheal. So that means if you're at 100% and you get an overheal, everything past that 100% is just giving you more damage overall. And that's within the 10-meter radius, which is pretty decent size. Then you got Arms and Anomaly. Critical shots boost your anomaly power. Then this one I rolled with Emergency Stance, which is not bad, but again, I feel like I can go without it. It just gives you armor when your health, Golem Skin when your health goes below 30%. So yeah, that's the build in a nutshell for the most part. Y'all did see, how it was working, but again, I'm gonna repeat to y'all how y'all want to play this is you're gonna have this activated. You're gonna have your Blighter rounds activated off rip. But then you want to hit Cold Snap when you get the right amount of enemies. You always want to use it when they're crowded, for the most part. Once you do that, then you activate Fixing Wave. And then you can, of course, since you activate this, you got 4 seconds of infinite ammo. So you can shoot enemies as well, but you want to Okay, what is up, everybody? Sorry I've been MIA for a while. Life happens, you know, got a bunch of stuff going on. But I'm back with another build. I'm pretty sure y'all probably seen it before. This is a build for the fixing wave. So you pretty much activate your cold snap, then you activate fixing wave, which in turn, the way this build is set up, it'll reactivate the cold snap. And once you hit cold snap again, what'll happen is with Ice Baby, you'll be inflicting an extra 928,000 damage, or more depending on your build, how you got it set up. This is a very suboptimal build anyway. It's very, very much not complete, but it works. But you'll be doing extra damage with that, and that's pretty much how you use it in a nutshell. But let me just show y'all the skill tree first before I go to that. So of course you guys will have these three things. The blighted rounds is also to spread toxic and to still just pretty much do a lot of damage.